We always hear discussions about how we should behave and which habits we should cultivate to become better and lead a virtuous life. However, there's hardly any talk about the habits we already have that are entirely negative for our lives. Rebitz said the following: "There are two vices much darker and more serious than the rest: a lack of persistence and a lack of self-control." Epictetus knew that the key to living rightly is to persist. To persist means never to stop making an effort and acting in the right way, even when we don't feel motivated. This means developing new ways of acting that make us better. Creating good habits isn't easy, so we must be persistent. The other key is to resist. Resisting means avoiding temptations and harmful habits that destroy us. We must master our minds to avoid them. The habits and customs in our daily lives that we should resist. Now is the perfect time to start eliminating everything from your life that makes you worse, avoiding negative emotions that distract you, or putting an end to everything that hinders you from achieving your goals. We complain that our days are few, but we act as if they were endless. Seneca reflected deeply on the duration of life and concluded that many of us do not truly live. We merely exist. We waste our time doing things that bring us nothing and postpone what we have to do when we are lazy, acting as if we will live forever. We fail to realize that time is the most valuable thing we have. Nothing guarantees that we will be alive tomorrow or in a condition to do what we want. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You could stop living right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This reflection on time can prevent you from wasting it and help you value it as it deserves. The first step to living a good life is to take the time we have seriously. Stop clinging to things, stop emotional attachment to things. The Stoics believed that we need to learn to let go, not only physically, but also emotionally. If you've made a mistake in your life, don't torture yourself about it. Learn from your mistakes to avoid repeating them, but don't torment yourself with guilt and regret. These emotions don't help. It doesn't mean it's wrong to feel these emotions. They help us understand that we acted wrongly. But once we've understood and learned from the situation, we shouldn't let these emotions continue to torment us. We all make mistakes. Don't suffer excessively. Always seek ways to grow from the error. Stop procrastinating. Marcus Aurelius wrote the following in his Meditations: "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say." In the words of Seneca, all fools have this in common. They are always getting ready to live. We prefer to say, "I'll do it tomorrow," instead of saying, "I'll never do it." Many times when we delay something, it's as if we'll never do it. If you have something to do it now. What's the point of postponing something you need to do, even if it makes you lazy? It's always better to do what you must do now for several reasons. First, as I've mentioned, our time is limited. Second, rest is more satisfying when you've fulfilled your obligations. When you postpone something out of laziness, you feel guilty and know you should be doing something instead of resting. You don't enjoy the rest in the same way because deep down, you know you don't deserve it. The worst part is that sooner or later, you'll have to fulfill that obligation, so you gain absolutely nothing by postponing it. Few sensations beat the satisfaction of a job well done, and being well done means doing it at the right time, not later. Stop seeking recognition. Stop seeking profit or recognition in everything you do. If you did something well, helped someone, or succeeded in something, stop looking for approval or recognition from others. Thinking that others should thank you for what you do for them or that they should congratulate you on your achievements only brings suffering. You can't control what others think, and you can't control if they appreciate or reject what you do. You only control your actions. Let the end of an action be the action itself, not recognition. If you do something, do it because it makes you happy or because you believe it's the right thing to do. Recognition and applause from others usually come after a job well done. But if nobody acknowledges your effort and work, it doesn't matter. You didn't do it for that reason. You did it because it was the right thing to do. Understanding this will make you feel satisfied with yourself regardless of what others think. Focus on doing your best. Stop ignoring injustice. In Stoicism, one of the most important virtues is justice. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Cicero talked a lot about this virtue in their works. Being just means acting correctly with others, doing what we should. In the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius talks about how injustice can also be committed when we do nothing, when we allow injustice to happen without acting. Staying idle makes us complicit. Avoiding unnecessary conflicts is part of justice, believing that we should live in harmony with others. However, there are situations where a Stoic cannot ignore injustice. The moment when unnecessary conflict becomes necessary is when injustice is being committed against oneself or others. Stoic wisdom involves justice, courage, and temperance. While it's beyond our control whether others commit injustices, our actions to prevent them are within our control, making us responsible for acting. Avoiding this responsibility makes us complicit in injustice, even if we didn't cause it. Don't fear change. Marcus Aurelius wrote the following in his Meditations: "The universe is change. Life is opinion. Everything in life is subject to change, to transform, to perish, so that you can make it new. Everything in life is subject to change, both good and bad. Trying to keep everything the same not only keeps you trapped in something you can't control, but also prevents you from discovering the many opportunities that exist and can appear in your life. Don't fear these changes. They are inevitable and often positive. Instead of trying to avoid change, focus on adapting to it and embracing the good that comes with it. Through change, we can become better. And this doesn't mean we should reject the old or what we have now in search of change. If we're satisfied with what we have, it just means we shouldn't fear change because we have the ability to adapt to whatever life presents us. Stop being a slave. Seneca wrote the following: "He is a slave who cannot control himself." Show me a man who isn't a slave. One is a slave to lust, another to greed, another to ambition. All men are slaves to fear. No servitude is more disgraceful than self-imposed servitude. Seneca was right when he said that all of us are slaves to something, often without even realizing it. We forget that to be truly free. Now, it's time to break free from these self-imposed shackles and take control of your life. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and start living a more meaningful and purposeful life. If you found this video helpful and thought-provoking, please consider supporting our channel. Give this video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our future videos. And speaking of valuable content, be sure to check out the recommended video that appears at the end. It's another insightful dive into Stoic philosophy that can further enrich your understanding and guide you on your journey to a better life. Thank you for being a part of our community, and let's continue this journey of self-improvement together. Remember, the power to change your life is in your hands.